talk now a little bit about generosity and how, as you both were growing up, if there was someone that you knew or someone that you know now who shaped your ideas of what it means to be generous?
Well, for me, that's an easy one. I remember being young with my going places, especially just out to eat in the community, going to places in the community. Everybody knew who my dad was. He was always, somebody would always come up to him and talk to him, and I remember going, Dad, how do you know all these people? Well, as I got older and I started working and started paying attention to what he was doing, he was extremely involved. So I saw firsthand that he was utilizing his time and his business to help serve the community. Obviously, the church has given us opportunities to do that, and the people here are a good example of that.
It was definitely my parents for me as well, especially growing up. My parents were divorced and I lived with my mom, and as a single mom, just to see that she was raising 3 kids by herself and always made it a point to give. As I got older and had a different relationship with my dad, and we've gotten a lot closer over the years, and to see how involved he was in the community and his church, and so even as an adult, we're still learning from the parents.
What do you think are the barriers that keep you from being as generous as you'd like to be in your giving?
I think inherently we're all selfish sometimes, and we have to remember that. But I think that's a barrier for me, is sometimes I just don't think I have enough time to do it, but that's really probably not the case. I just don't take the time.
Raising 3 kids, and
You have your hands
2 in
full.
high school, and Alex is a senior getting ready to graduate. So you have your hands full, and you get caught up in that, in the rat race of the day-to-day and getting through the day-to-day with kids and going different directions and at different schools and different activities, and you let that get in the way.
Word "you" in the title, Will You Grow, puts the emphasis on the individual. What are the key factors for you and your family when you determine, your ability to give?
A lot of what spurs us, I think, is to show our children that it's what it means to give back and what it means to give and be involved in the church and give specifically to the church.
We try to talk to the kids about it, but we try to talk to them about what we're deciding and why, so that they are involved somewhat in that. It's definitely very deeply personal for us, and we're trying to include them so that it will be personal for them as well.
The last word, the word grow, addresses everybody in the church, whether the most mature Christian, the largest giver, the smallest giver, someone new to the church, someone who's been here for a while. And that, the word grow, that's kind of left between the individual and God. What does that word grow kind of invoke in you as you hear, will you grow?
Well, I love that word, and we use it a lot in our business and our personal life, because it's really simple to me. If you're not growing, you're not trying to grow, you're not trying to move forward, you're not, I don't believe you're doing what God is looking for you to do. If you're at the same place a year from now that you are today, I don't think personally, I don't think that you're serving God, the community, your family, the church, and with all your abilities and resources. So growing your abilities and growing your resources and using them in a way that God would want you to, I think, is ultimately why we're here. It's ultimately what this whole thing is about, whether it's family, kids, friends, Rotary, F3, church, Sunday school, whatever. It's all about growing and helping other people become better, and so I think that's a great way for the church to approach stewardship. The church cannot grow without its members growing in their abilities to help the church with both, their God-given talents and their resources.
most important thing about living a generous life you would tell someone from our congregation who may be watching this video?
I think the New Testament is there because Jesus came and said this is the way it is now. And I'm paraphrasing, right? But he basically said the two most important things are loving God and loving your neighbor. And my interpretation of that is love your God with everything you have, and love your neighbor in a manner. So giving is part of that. And giving to, whether it's the church or organizations or and it's time, resources, everything. Ultimately that's the most important thing. That's the reason that we're here.
Yes, and I think you have to give not out of a sense of duty, but out of, what's it, like Stephen mentioned, it's what's in your heart, and God knows what's in your heart. And you should give, because it is what's in your heart, and because it is what you have a desire to do, and not because that's what you're supposed to do. You give because you want to give, not because you should give.
Just in giving in general, just how does it make you feel?
It does make you feel good, and you help others more, not because you expect something in return. That's not why you should give and why you should help others. You should do it because it's what's in your heart to do.
Feels great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh,
I
absolutely.
think it's okay to feel good about it.